poem Shed. It is written by Frank Flynn. What is shed? Do you know what a shed is? Do you know what a shed is? A cow shed, a tool shed, a wood shed, for example. Now, shed means it's a small room away from the main house, right? And for storing or keeping things, animals, tools, vehicles, etc. What is a shed? Shed is a small house, right, away from the main house, and it is used to keep animals, things, vehicles, etc. Now let's read the poem. There is a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I am in bed, I lay and I listen. I will open that door one day. Now what the poet here want to tell? That near their garden, right, there is one shed, right? At the bottom of our garden means bottom garden के पास एक shed है with a spider's web hanging across the door, and across the door there was a web, right? Spider's web means मकड़ी का जाला, and the hinges are rusty and creak in the wind, and the hinges on the door, right, it is rusty. Rusty means काट लग गया, and it makes scratch scratch sound. And whenever this poet is on the bed, what thinks? I listen, I will open the door. I will, and what the poet thinks? That one day I will open that door. And there is a rusty old window around the side, and one window is there, and it is with 3 cracked panes of glass. And glass are cracked. I often think there is someone staring at me. Each time that I pass, I will peep through the window one day. And what the poet is wanted to tell, that someone is staring at me. उनको ऐसा लगता था कि उनको कोई देख रहा है. जब भी वहाँ से मैं पास होती हूँ तो मुझे कोई देख रहा है. I will peep through the window one day. और एक दिन मैं विंडो में से उसमें जरूर देखूंगी. My brother says there is a ghost in the shade who hides under the rotten floorboards, and if I ever dare to set foot inside, will jump out and chop off my head. But I will take a pic one day. And what the narrator's brother says, that there is a ghost in the shade, right? And that ghost is hiding under the rotten floorboards. Floorboard के नीचे छुप चुका है. And if she will keep her foot inside, that ghost will jump off and cut her head, chop her head. But what narrator says, that I will take a pic one day. I know that there isn't really a ghost. My brother tells lie to keep the shed for his den. And what narrator says, that I know very well there is no ghost is there, right? In the shed, ghost is not there, but my brother is telling lie because he want to hide himself when in the game of hide and seek, right? There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web, and no one is making any type of noise, and spider is also not there. Since I don't know when, I will go into the shade one day soon, but not just yet. And what the narrator says, since I don't know when, I don't know when, but I will go into the shade one day very soon, but not just yet, right? Now students, let's read the summary of the poem, right? There is a small room for storing things. It is in one end of the garden. What is here? What is that? Shed is a small room for storing things, animals, vehicles, etc. And where it is? It is in the one end of the garden, right? It is not used regularly as its door is locked. and the narrators, they were not using that room, right, as it is locked. It has cobwebs over the door, and spider webs are there, right. The iron joints of the doors are rusty, and as they are not using regularly that room, the doors of the iron, the hinges have become rusty. They make a creaking sound when the wind blows, and from that, some creaking voice is coming when the wind is blowing. The narrator is curious to open the door one day to see what is stored there. And the narrator, she is very curious to open the door. She wanted to know that what is stored in that shed. On one side of the shed is an old cupboard with dust. It has 3 glass panes which are cracked. And on the one side there is one window, right? It is also covered with dust, and the glass panes are also cracked. The narrator thinks that someone is looking at her whenever she goes that way. And what the narrator say, that whenever she passes from that shade, someone is looking at her, right? She plans to look through the window one day into the room, and what she says, she is supposed to go into look through the window, right, into the room. Her brother tells her that there is a ghost in the storeroom, and she has one brother, and what the brother says, that there is a ghost in the storeroom, right? It hides under the old wooden floorboards, and what she said, she is determined to look into the shade. Now she knows that her brother is a liar. He is speaking lie. There is no ghost in the shade. No ghost in the shade. It is only a hiding place for him, right? The shade is hiding place for him, so that is why he is speaking lie, that there is a ghost. Nobody is looking at her, and no one makes noises. No one is looking at the narrator, and even no one is making noise. Even the spider has gone from the web. Spider has also gone from the web. So the narrator makes up her mind to walk into the shade. And that is why narrator, she knows that her brother is speaking lie, and no ghost is there, no voice is coming, no one is looking at her, even a spider has gone. So she has made up her mind that she will walk into the shade. But she is not in hurry to execute her plan. But definitely she will look into the shade. Thank you, students.
आभार।